So when I say Black Americans were formed through merger ethnogenesis, many people don't understand what that is. Okay. Um, so I'm going to explain that this has also happened on the continent of Africa. This has also happened in Europe. This has also happened in South America. This has happened everywhere. Okay. This is nothing new. This is a process in which several smaller groups end up coming together as one and making another tribe or ethnicity. This is not new. This is exactly what happened during the transatlantic slave trade to the descendants of the slaves that were in the United States of America. Okay? So you can look at African Americans, aka Black Americans, Afro Americans, same tribe, as an ethnicity because we are an ethnic group. Okay? Now I'm going to show where this is not new on the continent of Africa because over the course of centuries, this has happened. Merger ethnogenesis has happened over the course of history on within the continent of Africa. So it shouldn't be hard to understand how this happened during the transatlantic slave trade and to African Americans. You're looking at a formed tribe. Okay? That's what ethnogenesis actually means. The birth of an ethnic group. So on the continent of Africa, I'm going to just put the screenshots on, okay? So that you can read them because I don't want to mispronounce anyone's tribal name because I'm not good. I don't know all of them, okay? So this is an example. Zulu is an example. Akan is an example. There's several examples. I can go into Europe and pick out examples of this happening as well. This doesn't happen overnight. Okay. But this is normal. So sometimes it's mind-boggling for people not to understand. And then it's even easier to understand when you see that Black Americans have been in the United States of America. There were no phones. There were no TVs. Nothing. Okay? At the start of our ethnogenesis, there was nothing. So we had to create our own culture, our own value system, our own perspectives, our own over the course of generations. And that's how we formed, just like any other ethnic group. And just like on the continent of Africa, an Igbo can't just jump and become Zulu just because they want to. It just doesn't work that way. A Zulu can't jump and become a Khan just because they want to. It doesn't work that way because the defining thing about ethnic groups is that they share a very common history and culture, which Black Americans share. A very common history from battles in the United States of America to the wars, even down to the Emancipation Day. We share a very specific history. And if you don't share that history and that culture, then you are of another ethnic group. That's normal. And it's not divisive. That's normal. That's even biblical. It's even in the Bible. The 12 tribes of Israel. It's normal. It's normal. It's not divisive. And this does not mean because Black Americans tend to be one of the most open um, people, because that's part of our culture, right? We aren't raised to be divisive against, because in our culture, we're supposed to love our cousins. In general, that's a part of our culture. Okay, we're supposed to love our cousins. Period. It might not be part of everybody else's culture, but it's part of ours. Which is why you see in the 40s, 50s, 60s, that generation of people understood that. And even people who came over to join with us and live amongst us, it was all good. I'm not sure what's going on today. Yeah, but back then, that's what it was. It was gravy. And they understood that they were coming into a culture, and they joined in with us. They joined in with us, just like if Black Americans were to go in groves to another country. The thing to do is to join in with. Okay, so this is the United States of America, and people who come in join in with, if they like, if they want to. It would be the same thing, vice versa. If Jamaica was the place everybody was going to head to, there are Jamaicans that are already there. If we coming in, we're assimilating. So yeah, this is not anything new. You're just looking at one of the newer formed ethnicities before your very eyes. That's all. And this time, there are phones, we have email, we have TV, and you actually get to see it. That's all. It's not supposed to be like the older ones, because it's new. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to look like what you're used to seeing in your ethnic group. It's a different ethnic group. Okay? Okay.